Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today, and welcome to the first presentation today for the Water Conservation Facebook Live series. My name is Emily Yarsinski. I am the Water Conservation Specialist with Valley Water. I will be monitoring today's presentation, our questions and answers. Today's presentation is the top 10 ways to save water at your home. Thank you for joining us, and today it's hosted by Senior Water Resources Manager Karen Coppett. We are recording this presentation, so if you missed anything, you may rewatch it, and those of us who can't join us today can watch it anytime. The video will be posted on our Water Conservation Videos webpage soon. And with that, I will let Karen take over and start on the presentation for you all.
Thank you, Emily. So let's get started. My name, as Emily mentioned, is Karen Coppett. I'm Senior Water Conservation Specialist here at Valley Water. And I've been with Valley Water now for over 20 years. And I actually grew up here in Santa Clara County and went to school at UC Santa Cruz, was a student water conservation specialist there. And really haven't looked back. Water has always been a passion of mine, and I'm so happy that you're all joining us today. Well, as you can see, this nice doggy on the right-hand side is demonstrating maybe the least efficient way to give your dog water, but it sure is cute. So let's get started. Before we get much further, I just wanted to let you know that if your internet connection is a little unstable, don't worry. What you can do is check your invitation, your email, for the call-in number. And so if you call that number and then you enter in the webinar ID, you can listen in. So not as much functionality, and you can't see the visuals, but it's a way to join us in real time. Also, if you're having trouble, you can click at the bottom left-hand corner where it says Join Audio to listen in. And one more thing, we encourage questions. So we welcome your questions. So what you're going to do is you're going to type your question in the Q&A box at the bottom of the screen. So if you see the example below, there's a Q&A, and type your questions there. Emily is going to moderate today, and she'll be asking the questions as we go along. So don't be shy, feel free to ask questions. We'll be focusing on water conservation questions today. So if you have any questions relating to anything else, you can get your questions answered by going to Access Valley Water. It's an amazing tool that we have on our website. If you go to valleywater.org, in the bottom right-hand corner, I have a little blue cutout that you can see there. And under sign up for our newsletter, you can sign up for our newsletter, and I recommend that you do that as well. But it says report waterways, homeless encampments, or other problems to Valley Water. You can always go there and you can report problems, any issues, ask questions, or you can certainly ask questions directly to us. You can always address questions through email to conservation@valleywater.org. But today you can just type them in and Emily can field questions as we go along. To give you a little information about our upcoming webinar series, today we're doing top 10 ways to save water at home. We also have on September 23rd, we have Ashley Shannon, who is going to talk about how to lose your lawn with the Valley Water Landscape Rebate Program. Ashley's wonderful. I really recommend this. It's the lunchtime series. Then on October 22nd, Justin Burks is going to talk about reuse, gray water, and rainwater in your yard. That's going to be amazing. That's from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then finally, on November 18th, Emily will be hosting another lunchtime talk, which is Become a Leak Detective at Home. That's going to be a great one. I'm really excited about that. So This series is coming up. Please do join us. We also have a lot of other events that Valley Water offers. We have virtual tours of our facilities. We have a lot of programs that our schools program offers, including Watershed Wednesdays. So by all means, do go to our website, click on the events link at valleywater.org, and you can get all the information there. Additionally, if you want to watch any videos afterwards of any of our events, or even to look at videos that we've already posted about making conservation a California way of life, they're available. If you go to watersavings.org. There's a lot of different ways to get there, but my favorite way to get there is go to watersavings.org and click on the icon at the bottom right-hand corner there, that blue icon there, and you will be taken to our, you can see our video page, and this presentation will be posted there later on. So in this presentation today, I'm going to talk about who we are, who Valley Water is, and what we do. I'm then going to talk about how to save water in your home, which is really the reason why you're here. I'm going to talk about how to do it inside and outside, and then we're going to do a Q&A section. So again, ask me questions afterwards or ask me questions as we go along. All of that is good. So first, who is Valley Water? Well, we used to be called the Santa Clara Valley Water District. We renamed ourselves to the shorter and more concise Valley Water. We provide all of Santa Clara County with clean, reliable water, flood protection, and ensuring healthy creeks and ecosystems. We have a network of, I believe it's over 400 miles of creeks and streams in Santa Clara County. We have 10 reservoirs. We have 3 water treatment plants in different neighborhoods throughout. We have 13 water retailers. So to be clear, we are a water wholesaler. We are a government agency, and we have 13 water retailers, some of whom are also government agencies, some of whom are independently owned utilities. So San Jose Water Company, for example, is the largest of those. You can find out more about who we are and what we do if you go to valleywater.org. And there's a little shortcut that I think is a little easier to remember that will also take you there, which is watersavings.org. And that'll take you to all of our water conservation programs. If you're wondering where our water comes from, about 55% of our water originates outside of Santa Clara County, and that is in the Sierra Nevada mountains, and that comes to us through our imported water through the Sacramento-San Joaquin Delta and through San Luis Reservoir. And about the rest of it originates here locally. We have a really beautiful, healthy groundwater system. And if you took all of the groundwater in Santa Clara County and counted it all together, it would be more water than is currently in all 10 of our reservoirs, which is kind of amazing. We also have recycled water in our county. Maybe you've seen the purple pipes, and we hope to grow that system eventually. So a lot of different things, a lot of different ways we get water here in Santa Clara County. How is water used in our county? Well, about half, a little over half, 55% of the water in Santa Clara County is used by residents. And actually that number is probably even a larger part of the pie right now, because in this time of shelter in place and COVID, the business water piece of the pie has probably grown a lot smaller, and residential water use has probably grown even more. With that, there's a lot more pressure and a lot more questions that we get asked about how to save water at home. And boy, do we understand that. I understand that. I recently got my water bill and it was higher than it has been before. And part of that was because my husband and I are currently here in our home all the time. And so whereas before maybe we were using showers at our gym, fixtures at our work, now we're at home. So it's more important than ever to save water. As you can see, we do have some agriculture in our county. That little blue piece of the pie is agriculture. That's mainly in South County. And the dedicated landscape meters, that's mainly municipal meters for schools and parks. And that's why that piece of the pie is separated out. The rest is all business. About half of the residential water use is used outdoors. So of that purple piece of the pie right there, about half of that is outdoor use and about half of that is indoor use. And that changes a little bit, it shifts a little bit in the wintertime when we use less outdoors for watering. We just don't need to as much. And the rest of that is indoors. So for indoor water use, the question is that we get asked quite a bit is, where does your water go indoors? So, and I'm sorry for a little bit of the fuzzy graphic at the bottom. This is from the Water Research Foundation. This is the residential end uses of water study that they did in 2016. And they've found, this is a national, but I think it's probably applicable to what we do in Santa Clara County. As you can see, about 12% is because of leaks. And that's something that Emily will focus on later in when she does her talk, but I'll touch on it a little bit today. About 17% is clothes wash from your clothes washer, 19% from your faucet. Showers are 20%, toilets 24%, and other. So for instance, if you have a water softener, probably some of that is from a water softener. And there's some other things that can be counted in the other category, but that's generally how it shakes out in indoor water use. So why is conservation so important? For you, obviously, the most important thing is to have a very, conservation is the best way to save water, to save money in your home. Conservation saves you money, and that's a good thing. But there are a lot of other reasons why it's a good idea to save water, and that's because we want to make sure that there's a reliable water supply for now and for well into the future. Also, it's important to reduce the amount we need to import from the Sacramento Delta. There are a lot of other pressures that that need that water in the Sacramento Delta. So the least amount of pressure we can put on the Delta, the better. It also saves energy. Water, the transportation and the treatment of water is one of the biggest single uses of energy in the state of California. So once I heard that, I mean, turning off a tap, as we say at Valley Water, is a lot like switching off a light switch. So it's a great way to save energy, and it reduces pollution from water runoff. I love this picture that's on the screen. This is San Luis Reservoir, and this was during the height of the drought. And in this picture, one of the reasons I love it is because that big blocky thing that you see on the right-hand side, that is a water intake valve. And as you can see from the picture, the water intake valve is nowhere near where the water actually is. That's how dry and how low San Luis Reservoir got during the drought. There are other water intake valves that you can't see, but that one you can, and it's because the water level was very, very low at that moment. And this graphic is from the U.S. Drought Monitor, which is located at University of Nebraska in Lincoln, Nebraska. And they do an update every Thursday, they post it. So this is one I grabbed last Thursday. They'll be reposting another one in a couple of days. And this is the current look at what is happening in California right now. So as you can see, the key is on the right-hand side, and the idea is that you don't want any color on this map. And if there's no color on the map, that's a good thing. There's color on the map right now, though, and the darker it is, the worse our drought is. So we do have some drought in California right now. And we don't know how bad it'll get. It depends on the next couple of years, how the winters treat us. Hopefully the winters will treat us well, but just in case, we do have a diverse water supply portfolio, so we are prepared for this. But the idea is that you want no color on this map, and unfortunately we do see some color, especially up here in Northern California. And it's one of the reasons why the fire situation has been so bad this season, because it is so dry. So as it gets more dry, the fire seasons are worse. So drought stresses trees, and it's a big cycle. So we're hoping for a generous winter. Now, let's get to the reason why, hopefully the reason why you all logged in today, and that's how to save water in your home. So again, if you're like me, you are definitely using more water than normal in your home, and Valley Water has a lot of different ways to help you save water. And I'm going to talk about indoor water use first, and these are in no particular order. So some of these, I just picked my favorite 5 indoor ways and my favorite 5 outdoor ways. So I'm just going to walk you through it. Number 10 is get a free Waterwise do-it-yourself indoor survey kit. So do request one of these today, and we will send it to you in the mail. It's very, very easy. There's a link to request yours today down at the bottom. You can also email us at conservation@valleywater.org. Just send us an email and say, please send me a free Waterwise do-it-yourself indoor survey kit. We will be happy to do that. The kits are amazing, and they include a flow rate bag so that you can measure the flow rate for your sinks, your kitchen faucets, and your bathroom faucets, and for your showers. So you can see your sink flow and your shower rates, and super important. So if your sinks, and there's a whole booklet, an instruction booklet that will walk you through everything. You can actually see the cover here on the right-hand side. You can see the cover of that, and there's videos you can follow too. And it'll tell you if your flow rate for your sink is flowing at, say, this is your bathroom sink, for example. If it's flowing at 3 gallons per minute or more, or 2 gallons a minute, even if it's flowing at a minute and a half, if it's flowing at 1.5 gallons per minute, then by all means, let us know, and we can send you a free aerator to change it out. It's pretty simple. For your shower head, you can do the flow test rate. If it's flowing at anything over 2.5 gallons per minute, you should really change it out. We can send you a free shower head that flows at 2 gallons per minute, or you can pick up one at your hardware store. The nice thing is, the things like these are really easy, inexpensive. We can either send it to you, or you can pick it up at the hardware store. Very easy to do, and boy, you will see savings right away. And let's go back to the kit. We have this instruction booklet that you'll find, and it will tell you also how to do a meter leak test, and that's really important, where you go out to your water meter and you figure out how to see if you have a leak inside your home or outside your home. You can do this leak test. It's very valuable. You can also get dye tablets, so you can test to see if you have a toilet leak. You can request dye tablets, put them in your toilet tank, and you can see if you have a leak. And if you do, we can send you a toilet flapper valve, or you can pick it up at the hardware store. Super easy. And included in this kit is one of my favorite things. We have general indoor leak information, including a practical plumbing guide. This guide is so cool. So we send the whole thing to you, and again, it's free and it will help you save water. This is part 2. I mentioned that we have videos. So if you want, you can watch these very, very helpful videos on our website. They go along with your do-it-yourself survey kit. And that's where you can go and you can watch the videos, or you can just go to watersavings.org and you can click on the video link that I showed you. And you can watch the 4-part videos. We have the videos now in Spanish, which is wonderful, and we're putting them in other languages soon as well. So keep an eye out for that. This is the Practical Plumbing Handbook that I mentioned earlier. It's the California edition. The reason why we have a California edition is because we have different plumbing standards in California than the rest of the nation, because we have very, very dry conditions here. So we have this Practical Plumbing Handbook and that we will mail you for free. We also have the Practical Plumbing Handbook available in Spanish. So we can mail that to you as well. And we can send you toilet flappers. So great. So my number 8 is replace your inefficient fixtures. And this is the small inefficient fixtures. So by small, I mean faucet aerators and shower heads. These things are small, inexpensive. We can send you a shower head or faucet aerator for free, or you can pick them up, as I mentioned, at the hardware store. And the nice thing about this is that you can change this out. You can change out your shower head in about 5 minutes. Same with your faucet aerators, depending. So if you're handy, again, we'll send you instructions. If you need instructions, you can also find amazing things on the internet. And by the way, just so you know, if anyone can do it, I'm not that handy. And I fixed my, I had a leak on my kitchen sink, and I Googled how to fix it. I referred to our practical plumbing guide. I found out instructional step-by-step how to do it, and I fixed it in no time flat. And so I was very, very proud of myself. I just had to tighten something, and it worked. And then I reassembled our kitchen sink, and yay, no more leaks. So it's very gratifying, and it can save you money, which is amazing. We also have 5-minute shower timers that you might want to take advantage of. They're really terrific. They have a little suction cup on them, on the side of them, and they're like an egg timer. And you put it in your shower, and it's kind of fun. You can make it into a game. Can you beat the timer? Flip it up. And it's really wonderful. So we will be happy to send that to you. Not a problem. Number 7, replace your inefficient fixtures, the large ones. So these include toilets, dishwashers, and clothes washers. So as a rule of thumb, when you are going shopping, always look for EPA, WaterSense, or Energy Star labels. These are very good indications that they're going to work really well, and they are going to save you water, they're going to save you energy, and they're going to save you money. So do look for those labels when you go shopping to replace these fixtures. We have a lot of information on our website about things to keep in mind when you're replacing your toilet or you're replacing your clothes washer. We have lists of recommended toilets and clothes washers that you can go and you can download. Please do go and visit our website and look for information when you need to change out your toilet or your clothes washer. Go to our website first. We are here for you. Pop quiz: which is more efficient, your hand washing dishes or using a fully loaded dishwasher? If you guessed or answered using the fully loaded dishwasher, that is correct. Fully loaded dishwashers are way more efficient actually than washing by hand. And that is great for somebody like me who hates doing dishes. So load up your dishwasher, make sure it's full, make sure that you're using one that's EPA Energy Star labeled or WaterSense labeled, and you're ready to go. And number 6, track your water bill. Now, this one isn't as fun as the other ones. It's a little bit more work, but trust me, this is the way to do it. Keep track of your water bill in a simple spreadsheet. So that way, if you have a spike in your water bill, you can see if you have a leak. And I do this. I actually hang my water bill up at work. I'm a water conservation specialist, so I guess there's a pretty good reason for that. But it's good to see it. And actually, I carefully track it. And I can see if we have a spike pretty easily. In the future, we will have smart water meters, much like your smart energy meters that you have on the side of your house, that will alert us almost instantly if we have a leak. We don't have those yet, but until then, track your own water bill, search and make sure, go out and do a meter leak test and see if you have a leak now. But it's a great thing to have someday. And by someday, I mean in the next couple of years. Some of you may already have them. If you live in Morgan Hill or Gilroy, you probably have a smart water meter, and that is terrific, and lucky you. They also have been rolling them out in small little pockets of Santa Clara County, and that's kind of neat. But because we have a lot of different water retailers, they roll them out at different times. So hopefully soon we'll have them all everywhere. Now, let's go to one of always our favorite sections, which is how to save water outdoors. This is number 5, which is plant drought-resistant trees and plants. This is a beautiful picture of some gorgeous drought-resistant trees and plants in bloom. My recommendation is to take out your lawn and replace it with low water using plants and landscape. We have rebates. Boy, do we. We've had rebates for years and years. They range from $1 per square foot to $2 per square foot. And that just depends on whether your own water retailer shares costs with us. And so some water retailers do. And it is worth it. I did that right after I moved to where I live in San Jose in the Rose Garden neighborhood. And we moved in, we had a lawn, and it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work to water it. At one point, our sprinkler head popped off, and so we had a water fountain cascading down into the street. That was fun. It was hard because I didn't own a lawnmower, so I paid a person in the neighborhood to mow for us. It was a lot, and so one of the best decisions I think we ever made was to take out our lawn and replace it with beautiful drought-resistant plants and hardscape. So we put in a walkway, put in some beautiful water-saving plants, and they attract butterflies. Just yesterday, I was looking out our window, and I was looking at the butterflies and the bees, and definitely critters love it, and I feel like I'm doing something nice for the environment. Plus, our water bill went down substantially. So it's really fun when they bloom. It's fun to go out there. We get compliments from our neighbors. It's just great all around. So that is our favorite, maybe everybody's favorite recommendation in water conservation. Go to watersavings.org for more information on this. Number 4, capture and reuse water in your home. So we have rebates for rain barrels and cisterns. Rain barrels are that in the picture on the left, you can see a rain barrel right behind this person. Capturing the rainwater is a wonderful thing. Cisterns just mean larger water tanks. So rain barrels are about up to 50 gallons, and then above that you have cisterns. We have rebates. We have a lot of different rebates. So please do go to our website, find out about our rebates. They're also, I have to say, great to have when you want an extra water supply. For instance, if you're like me and you are careful about preparing for perhaps an earthquake, it's nice to know that there is a water supply outside your home that perhaps you can use in case of an emergency. So a lot of great reasons why rain barrels and cisterns are terrific. We also have rain garden rebates as well. And on the right-hand side, although we love kitties and we love giving them ample supply of water, the reason why you would have a bucket there is to recycle your shower warm-up water to use on plants, or use it to flush your toilet in your home. I use our bucket of warm-up water on the toilet to flush the toilet. It's easy to do. It is just a nice way to also reinforce the mindset of saving water in your home. Additionally, we have a gray water rebate. So if you want to take the rinse water from your clothes washer and put in a laundry or landscape gray water system, we have a rebate for that. It is amazing. And you can take that water, you can use it in your garden. Please go to valleywater.org for more information on that. Watersavings.org, sorry.
Hi, Karen. We have a question on the rain barrel rebates.
Yes.
Jennifer asked, do rain barrels and cisterns take away from the valley's groundwater supply?
Very little. Very, very, very little. And I'm going to say they don't take it away forever. They simply capture it so that you can use it. It will eventually go back. If you use it in your garden, it'll eventually go back into the groundwater. So it's capturing it, storing it, and then eventually it'll go back to the groundwater when you use it to water your plants. So very, very little. And I think it's just wonderful. And honestly, if you have rainwater right now that goes out into, say, that's not being captured on site, that goes out into the street and runs down into a storm drain, that's going out into the bay. So this is a way to keep the water and capture it and sink it into the groundwater. It's a wonderful way to capture it and replenish our groundwater system. Thank you for your question. It's a great question. The next one is investing in smart irrigation. So consider a smart irrigation controller and drip irrigation system. For both of these, we have rebates at Valley Water. A smart irrigation controller, otherwise known as a weather-based irrigation controller, is a wonderful thing to have during a rain event. It will talk to the controller and make sure the controller doesn't water that day. So many times I have been around my neighborhood and seen people watering their lawns in the rain and thought to myself, they need a smart irrigation controller. So do yourself a favor and get a smart irrigation controller. They're terrific. And learn how to operate it. We have information available. We also have a rebate for drip irrigation. It's so much better than than sprinklers, which can get out of alignment quite easily. Also, as I mentioned, don't water when it rains. That's a big one. And we have a free Waterwise outdoor survey program. This is an amazing program that actually I could have made this slideshow a lot longer. And this one really merits its own slide. This is our free Waterwise outdoor survey program. It's an amazing program. Go to watersavings.org, or sorry, watersavings.org, and sign up. They will come, a technician will come to your home. Don't worry, they will, it's outdoors only. They will stay away from you. They will wear masks and all the proper protocol that the county requires. And they will evaluate your outdoor irrigation system, and they will help give you practical information about how to make it more efficient. So a wonderful program. Sign up today. Number 2, use a broom to clean your driveway, patio, and sidewalks instead of water from a hose. This one drives me a little bananas. Because it's so much easier, and it's actually kind of good exercise to use a broom. And as you can see from the picture on the right-hand side, don't water concrete. Concrete will never grow. Only water the plants that need it. And number 1, water early in the day when temperatures are cooler, and also please use mulch and compost. I just applied a bunch of mulch to one of my areas in my garden a couple weekends ago. I compost, and that's wonderful to amend the soil and make sure that the soil is healthy. A healthy soil with compost mixed in and mulch on the top will hold water a lot more. We have some areas of the county that have very clay soil, so compost will definitely help it. Your plants will thank you. So water before 6 a.m. in the summertime, if you can. In the fall, definitely reduce your watering. And finally, when the rains come, please do turn off your irrigation completely. So in the wintertime, when we get rain, and hopefully we'll get a lot of rain this winter, please do turn off your irrigation system. It's one of the best ways to save water. Okay, so now we are at the end of my presentation, and I believe that we have some time for questions. And I want to also remind you, if you have any questions at all or comments you'd like to make, you can always send it to conservation@valleywater.org. We have a water conservation hotline, although we are not in the office to answer it immediately. You can leave a message for us, and we do check it every day, so every work day. So if you want to leave us a message on our hotline, you can do that too, and we will return the call. You can also go to Access Valley Water. If you go to valleywater.org, on the bottom right-hand side of the screen, you can see the link there. And it's just a wonderful way to report water waste, homeless encampments, if you have any questions, or maybe illegal dumping. It's all there, and you can report it to Access Valley Water. It's a great tool. Emily, do we have any questions?
Yes, we do. Thank you, Karen, for that great presentation. So let me go through some of the questions that we have. We do have a question from Pam. Thank you. She's asking, why hasn't there been more emphasis in communication or marketing being made on how significant the drought really is?
Well, because honestly, we don't know what, we don't know how bad it's going to be. I imagine, so right now we're sort of in a holding pattern to see what is going to happen this winter. If we have another dry winter, we will undoubtedly be messaging people a lot more than we are right now to definitely save water. Currently, our board of directors is calling for 20% reduction in water use. So our board of directors is always emphasizing water conservation. And we have a summer water conservation campaign that's running on a lot of different platforms and a lot of different languages. It's on Facebook, it's on a lot of different social media platforms, and print as well. And I believe we have some ads running in other areas. So we're trying to get the word out, but you'll see it a lot more depending on what our winter is like. So it's a wait and see right now. Thank you.
Thanks, Karen. We have another question from David. He says that shower water is upstairs. How do you add it to a toilet if it autofills? They used to put it into the washer, but now they use a front loader, LG, and it connects to the internet.
Great question. Toilet flushing is super easy. So don't flush. So what you do is after you've used the commode, don't flush. Take your bucket from the shower and start pouring water in. And the water will trigger everything to go down without flushing. It's amazing. Try it. So you're not going to touch the flush valve. You're not going to touch that at all. You're just going to pour water in, and you can see it will push everything out. It is super cool. It's a neat little trick. We had a video up at one point, and not a video exactly. Oh yeah, I guess it was kind of a video, a little like 10-second video of one of our communication people doing the trick in their home. It was super neat, and maybe we'll do that again. I think it might be time to post that again so people can learn the trick. But it's definitely the way my husband and I do it. And once we learned how to do it, we're like, oh yeah, this is how we flush the toilet. So yeah, thanks.
Great, thank you. David has a follow-up question. What kind of sprinkler head is suggested if we do suggest any sprinklers? There's many types available in stores.
There are a lot of different types available. My recommendation is to get a Waterwise outdoor survey. Sign up for the Waterwise outdoor survey because there are so many different types and because everybody's landscape is different and unique. Having our free program where a technician will come to your home, they will make specific recommendations about what kind of sprinkler head to use on your lawn. So they're experts. They will give you all the information you need to know about what you should have there, and they will recommend rebates that might be available to you. We have a lot of rebates for irrigation upgrades, and the survey will also pre-qualify you for that. So it's a great thing to have. Thank you.
Great, thank you. David has another follow-up question. It sounds like he had installed an above ground drip with timer. Is he able to get a rebate on that now?
Unfortunately, our rebates are only the way that you do it. We don't do retroactive rebates. So the only thing we do is we approve rebates going forward. So you have to apply for a rebate ahead of time and get approved, get a notice to proceed, and then you can purchase the equipment and get the rebate. So bravo for getting a drip system, hooray. But unfortunately, we can't do a retroactive rebate. But come to our website to look at what else you might qualify for.
Thank you, Karen. We have a question from S. Is it really hard? It's really hard to choose a toilet.
Yeah.
We have read the brochures on the website. You can't go out and see them or test a toilet before purchasing. Do we have any suggestions on purchasing a toilet?
Yes. So if you go to our website, go to watersavings.org and go to water conservation in the home and go to the toilet section. And there is a list. It is a list of the toilets that have been tested. Believe it or not, there is a facility, I believe it's in Canada, that is a testing facility to rate. They use a medium to rate the toilet's flushing ability. I'm not kidding. And it's they're called MAP tests, maximum performance testing. And they will rate how many grams of material, not to get graphic or anything, can be flushed. And it is a fantastic list because you can see the highest rated toilets, the toilets that perform the best. Also, EPA Water Sense, make sure that you see that logo. If they've earned that, then that means that they are high performers. So go to our website, watersavings.org, download that list. The link to that is there, and you can see which ones flush the best. And that's how I did it. And also keep an eye peeled for EPA, Energy Star, well, not Energy Star for toilets, but WaterSense for toilets. Thank you. Great question. These are amazing questions.
Thank you, Karen. Another question with in regards to using the water in the toilet bowl. Does that pour method leave very low water level in the bowl?
It does. It does. But don't worry, you'll still, when you flush next time and actually use your toilet mechanism to flush, your toilet can handle it. It will flush just fine. Yeah, it is a great little trick. Try it.
Thank you, Karen. Looks like that's everything for our questions.
Great.
Oh.
If you have any, let me know. Otherwise, I will recommend that everybody goes to watersavings.org for more information. And I thank you all so much for tuning in today for this Facebook Live series. So thank you. Thank you, Emily. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you all so much. Thank you, Karen. Thank you for joining us all today. Take care.